Thank you for joining us today. I'm Aidan Booker,
And I'm Tyler Mitchell, and this is The Breakdown.
where we discuss what you hear but may not know.
Later on in the show, we'll have the latest entertainment, from new releases to what's trending on social media. And of course, we'll head over to our sports, where we break down the biggest plays and rivalries of the week.
We'll also dive into some of the events that our student clubs and organizations have done this month, bringing together different communities at ASU.
Today, we will begin with world news and a new ceasefire agreement making headlines across the globe. After weeks of intense negotiation, a ceasefire agreement has been reached between Israel and Hamas, marking what many are calling a major turning point in ongoing conflict. The deal calls for an immediate halt in fighting, the release of hundreds of detainees and hostages, and the withdrawals of combat forces from contested areas. It opens the door for more humanitarian aid to enter Gaza, something the United Nations has been urging for months. But the truth remains fragile. Earlier this week, 2 Israeli soldiers were killed in what officials are calling a blatant violation of the agreement. Prompting retaliatory airstrikes in northern Gaza, both sides have publicly blamed each other for the incident. Humanitarian aid groups say relief efforts are still limited, with many areas cut off from food, water, and medical supplies. Meanwhile, families of hostages are displaced. Civilians are watching closely, hoping this ceasefire holds long enough to begin rebuilding what's been lost. Regional leaders, including Egypt and Qatar, have been praised for mediating the agreement, though many analysts warn the sustainable peace will require more than just a temporary truce.
Another conflict has been highly anticipating a close in Ukraine. President Trump met with Ukrainian President Zelensky at the White House on October 17th, following a missile attack from Russia the night before. The two presidents met to discuss weaponry and aid for Ukraine. Things quickly took a left turn, though, after President Trump encouraged Ukraine to consider a possible deal with Russia, potentially giving up contested territory in the Donbass region. This closed-door meeting reportedly lasted 2 hours and was described by aides as tense. Here's part of what both leaders had to say before their discussion.
An honor to be with a very strong leader, a man who has been through a lot, and a man who I've gotten to know very well.
I wanted to thank you, Mr. President, after our phone calls.
This meeting has raised concerns among Western allies that a shift in U.S. policy could pressure Ukraine into peace talks from a weakened position. President Zelensky left the White House without the aid he sought for, but made it clear that Ukraine won't accept any peace deals that would give up its territory. For now, Ukraine's next move and future U.S. support remains uncertain.
In Chicago, recent immigration raids by ICE have sparked outrage after reports surfaced that several black U.S. citizens were wrongfully detained alongside Hispanic immigrants. The operations, which took place across multiple neighborhoods, were part of a larger nationwide enforcement push targeting undocumented individuals. But advocates say agents relied heavily on racial profiling, leading to the detention of people who were in the country legally. Civil rights organizations, including the ACLU and the Chicago Urban League, have condemned the action, calling them an unjustified violation of civil liberties. Some of the detained individuals were released only after providing proof of citizenship, leaving them traumatized and demanding accountability. Local leaders, including Mayor Brandon Johnson, have called for a formal investigation into ICE practices, while state lawmakers push for restriction on federal immigration operations in public spaces like buses and courthouses. For many in Chicago's black and immigrant communities, the incident has reignited a long-standing conversation about race, citizenship, and how immigration policies impact people of African descent, even when they're American-born.
OpenAI's deepfake platform, Sora AI, is already raising red flags not even a month into its release for its representation of black people and black history. This app, Sora 2, was launched on September 30th for iOS, and since then, users have been able to create deepfakes of themselves and other known figures. An investigation by Wired found that Sora's outputs show racial and gender bias when prompted neutrally, only generating black or white figures and reinforcing stereotypical roles. For instance, when prompted to show a pilot, Sora produced almost entirely white men. For other roles, like a CEO or college professor, practically no people of color were shown. Beyond misrepresentation, the app has also been getting backlash for its deepfakes of renowned activist Martin Luther King Jr. His daughter, Bernice King, urged people to stop creating and sharing AI-generated videos of her father. She wrote on X saying, quote, "Please stop." This sentiment was echoed by other families of deceased public figures, including actor Robin Williams' daughter, Zelda Williams. OpenAI has acknowledged these issues, stating that they're steadily working to improve the app. They also stopped generation of MLK and Robin Williams' likeness. And now for sports, Dylan Bruton has the latest.
There's never been a team this good for this long or this hot. But what more can I say? Those Las Vegas Aces are making the city proud as ever, capturing their third championship in 4 years, becoming the first team in the WNBA to win back-to-back titles since the Los Angeles Sparks in 2001 and 2002. Led by A'ja Wilson, who continues to break records in the sport, her third finals ring, second finals MVP, fourth MVP, third Defensive Player of the Year award, 7-time All-Star, and 5-time All-WNBA first-team member. She averaged 28.5 points per game, 11 8-point rebounds per game, 4 assists a game, 2 blocks in this finals versus the Phoenix Mercury, capped off with an amazing, and I was there for it, game winner in Game 3, and being the first player in the WNBA with 3 consecutive games of 25-plus points, 10-plus rebounds to win a 4-0 in a competitive best-of-7 series. The Athlos long jump competition in the Times Square, New York, has soared in popularity since it was founded last year, inspired by the success of the Angel City FC Club and giving women track athletes more exposure than just once every 4 years at the Summer Olympics. Tara Davis Woodhall, a U.S. Olympic gold medalist long jumper, delivered a gold medal caliber performance, matching her long jump record from the World Championships this summer in Japan, 7.13 meters. Brittany Brown, a U.S. Olympic bronze medalist sprinter, won the 100-meter and 200-meter events, recording a personal best in the 200-meter with 21.89 seconds. The prize money was nothing to scoff at either, $60,000 for the first-place competitor. The event, founded by Reddit owner Alexis Ohanian, was partnered with many prominent brands. Still, none stood out more than the Tiffany & Co., which created a custom-made sterling crown to celebrate the 6 track and field event winners, and the Ohanian's wife, the legendary Serena Williams, crowned to commemorate the Queens of Sport. NBA kickoff. The 2025-26 season has returned this week as opening day commenced on October 21st with the upstart Houston Rockets playing versus defending champion Oklahoma City Thunders. The 2 squads were the top teams out west this past season, and the matchup did not disappoint, going down to the wire. The Thunder won the game 125-124. Many projected them as the preseason favorites to make it out the West this season. The Rockets made the most significant noise in this offseason with the acquisition of future Hall of Famer, former MVP, and 15-time NBA All-Star Kevin Durant from the Phoenix Suns in a record-breaking 7-team trade. The Thunder, led by reigning MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, fresh off a historic season where he became the first player since Shaquille O'Neal in 2000 to win MVP, Finals MVP, and a scoring title all in one season, is only 27 and getting better. He had 35 points, 5 boards, and 5 assists in the contest. And he also just signed a 4-year, $285 million extension with the Thunder. Let me get $1. Some other big storylines including highly touted rookies from a very deeply talented draft this year with Dallas Mavericks' Cooper Flagg and San Antonio Spurs' Dylan Harper, who joined both sneaky teams that have the potential to make deep playoff runs if the All-Stars in their respective teams, like Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis, Klay Thompson, De'Aaron Fox, and that man that seems to amaze us all, Victor Wembanyama, are healthy and locked in throughout the entire season. There's much chatter around the East given the state of competition post the season-ending Achilles injuries of Boston Celtics superstar Jason Tatum and Indiana Pacers star Tyrese Halliburton. The Celtics were the NBA champions in 2024, and the Pacers were the Eastern Conference champions this past season, but are both expected to take a step back without their franchise stars. Then you got teams like the top-seeded Cleveland Cavaliers, led by superstar Donovan Mitchell, and their all-star lineup with Darius Garland, Jared Allen, and the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, Evan Mobley. They're hungry to prove they are not front-runners. On the other end, the New York Knicks, led by superstar Jalen Brunson and star Karl Anthony Towns, are hungry to prove their success is sustainable. And this season will mark future Hall of Fame and current face of the league, Los Angeles Lakers superstar LeBron James, in his 23rd season as he continues to defy Father Time. He's joined by superstar Luka Doncic, who was acquired in the most shocking midseason trade in the recent years from the Dallas Mavericks. Now, TNT might not be hosting Inside the NBA anymore. I know, RIP to our childhoods. But they will still be doing college basketball coverage more prevalently with the Big East and Big 12 coverage show. They will tip off on Monday, November 3rd, and they'll be handling the coverage all season long, especially within the NCAA tournament in March Madness. Reporting for The Breakdown, I'm Dylan Bruton. Y'all keep it chill.
Thanks, Dylan. The Victoria's Secret fashion show returned this month with some notable models and performances. The event featured first-time Angels Olympic medalist Sunny Lee, WNBA star Angel Reese, Euphoria star Barbie Ferreira, and social media influencer Quen Blackwell all hitting the runway, along with returning models such as Gigi and Bella Hadid, Alex Kasani, and Adriana Lima. Singer Madison Beer and the K-pop group Twice also made their debut on the pink carpet along with Being the Night's musical performance. Tyra Banks launching a new type of dessert experience this month, spending the last year working with her company Smize and Dream. The brand titled Hot Mama is launching a new dessert concept, hot ice cream. Moms hustle hard and deserve to indulge in a little hotness for themselves, says the runway star. So what is this hot ice cream, you may ask? Well, Banks describing it as a liquid ice cream base that tastes good at a hot temperature. Customers are also able to put toppings and extra ice cream in addition to the base. The store currently open in Australia, but looking to expand. And some more movies releasing this month that should be on your October watch list. The Grabber returning to the big screen in Blumhouse's Black Phone 2, Jeremy Allen White starring as Bruce Springsteen in a movie titled Deliver Me From Nowhere, and Allison Williams, McKenna Grace, Dave Franco, and Mason Thames all starring in the drama romance Forgetting You. And this month, fans across the world are mourning the loss of two notable celebrities. Oscar-nominated and Academy Award-winning actress Diane Keaton passing away at 79 years old. She was best known for her roles in The Godfather, Father of the Bride, and Annie Hall, and famously worked with director Woody Allen, appearing in 8 of his feature films.
Oh, God, Annie. Well, oh well. La-di-da, la-di-da, la-la, yeah.
You want a lift?
Oh, why? You got a car?
And earlier this month, award-winning R&B musician D'Angelo passing away at 51. He was best known for his award-winning songs Brown Sugar and Lady. That's all for entertainment. Reporting for The Breakdown, I'm Serenity Reynolds. Back to you, Aidan.
Thanks, Serenity. This month for Campus News, we have a recap of the NABJ and Black Student Union movie night.
Let's take a look.
That concludes this month's episode of The Breakdown.
Tune into next month's show. We'll have special coverage of fall sports and more campus events.
Until next time, I'm Aidan Booker.
And I'm Tyler Mitchell. Thanks for letting us keep you informed, and we'll see you soon.